Now on CoastTV News.
Aftermath unveiled: a flooded yard in Harbison this morning after last night's storm. How people are comparing the aftermath to other recent flooding. Road recovery: a delivery truck driving through flooded Route 54. How road conditions stand tonight after heavy rainfall. Lewis Line's limbo: the fate of the Lewis bus service hangs in the balance. Unpacking the debate and its significance for the city's parking challenges.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Dangerous road conditions throughout Sussex County. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf. Welcome to our news at 6. We begin tonight with the aftermath of Delmarva being slammed with heavy rainfall. Many are trying to recover after serious rains, that storm that hit our coast last night and early this morning. Live in Milton now is CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber. Elisa, you're currently by a street that's still shut down from the storm.
Maddie, although the weather cleared up earlier today, many neighborhoods are still trying to recover, like this one here in Milton. Earlier today, as people began their days, roads were barely visible due to flooding on the road. Drivers all over the coast needed to be cautious last night and this morning, but DelDOT told me earlier it is not time to let your guard up. Standing water can be dangerous for vehicles, and DelDOT encourages drivers to take alternative routes to avoid any dangerous situations.
This is major coastal flooding down here for us. Like I said, this is the worst I've seen it since I've been down here. I know it has been worse. My aunt lives just over here, and they came up to PA where we lived at one point because the flooding was that bad.
DelDOT says its biggest concern now is ice on the roads, as temperatures are expected to drop tonight. In Milton, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Elisa. Speaking of road conditions, a Sussex Academy school bus had to be evacuated this morning after getting stuck in floodwaters. According to Sussex Academy's transportation supervisor, the school's administration was alerted just before 7:30 a.m. that a bus had stalled in floodwaters at the Seaford Walmart. The bus was there to pick up a group of students. Members of the Seaford Volunteer Fire Department and Seaford Police Department were called to assist with evacuating the bus. Students were transported to the school by another bus. Water, water, water everywhere, not just on the roads. Tori Seagraves takes us on a trip across Sussex County to see how the aftermath of the storm is hitting home.
Farm fields turned into massive pools. Yards transformed into a body of water surrounding an island of a house. Horses huddled to the few feet left of dry land in their corral. Dave Mickle says the water that came up to his house after yesterday's storm was the worst he had ever seen.
We've had a couple hurricanes, and we would get similar water like this, but I have never seen so much water come down in such a small amount of time, and that's the issue.
As you can see here, walking up to speak with homeowners like Mickle was a challenge, even in tall rain boots. If you take a look behind me here in Bethany Beach, you'll see that the flooded streets go well beyond this yellow barrier for maybe another 10 blocks or so. And for reference, my height is 5'8", and the water is coming up to the height of my shins. Businesses in Bethany Beach had to close their doors due to the flooding and lack of access. But the blocked roads weren't enough to keep people from venturing into the water-filled streets and sidewalks.
This is a little heavier and higher than most of the flooding we get, which we're kind of used to. It's not as bad as it was during Hurricane Sandy, though. That really flooded.
An expected inconvenience that many say is just a part of living on the coast. After talking with some locals from here in Bethany Beach, they expect flooding like this to dissipate over the next 3 to 4 days, depending on how heavy the winds persist. I'm Tori Seagraves in Bethany Beach, Coast TV News.
With all the rainfall, Shellville and Rehoboth Beach has announced the Holiday Village is experiencing power outage and flooding, so the village will not be open tonight due to safety concerns. However, to extend the holiday magic, Shellville says it's added 2 extra dates to make up for tonight's closure. The village will now be open January 1st and 2nd. Tickets won't be offered. Rather, guests can arrive on a walk-up basis only on those days. Along with Shellville, the Cape Henlopen State Park has all vehicle surf crossings like the one you see here closed due to dangerously high surf conditions. Park officials say they are closely monitoring the situation. An announcement will be made by the park as soon as it's safe to reopen those surf crossings. As we take a live look right now into Ocean City, we've definitely been all watching this forecast quite closely. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. Well, during the 5 o'clock newscast, we talked more about what was happening on the coast. We're going to widen the scope on the effect of this nor'easter, bona fide nor'easter, that pounded our neck of the woods. Now, you see this area of red? This is actually since midnight. So we accumulated over 3 inches of rain in, Georgetown alone just after midnight. But as far as taking everything into account, for example, we started at Salisbury, which was actually about 4.4 inches of rain. And then up towards Georgetown, we had about 4.6. Now, this was the most active path right throughout portions of Sussex County for all of Delmarva. So we were just the lucky ones out of the litter, so to speak. We had 5 3/4, 5 1/2, 5 inches or more that going up towards Dagsboro and up towards the Bullseye area, just as an example of the immense amount of water that affected us. We still have the coastal flood advisory in effect for us, and now we have a newly reissued flood warning that just happened as we signed on at 6 o'clock for Sussex County. This is for areas like Gum Crossroads, Sycamore, Pepper, Laurel, Woodland, Seaford, along Highway 13 and Highway 20, particularly where they intersect. This is a newly issued flood warning, which means flooding is happening right now and imminent, and that stays in effect until 11:45 for this evening. That just happened a few moments ago. Coming up, we'll talk more about the overwhelming effect of this flooding throughout the entire areas, because I have some numbers that are going to literally make your eyes pop out. Maddie?
Paul, thank you. With the high rainfall seen across Delmarva, everyone across the peninsula saw flooding like you see here on your screen. You could see just how much flooding was in Seaford. Look at the truck and see how high the water is there. Also in Laurel at the intersection of Sharptown Road and Horsey Road. That doesn't even look like a road. Let's be honest. It looks like some sort of pond there on the road. And here's a pickup truck traveling on a flooded road in Somerset County earlier today. Ripples of water as the truck makes its way through that heavily flooded roadway. And that brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what's your top concern regarding local flooding. Let's take a look at the updated results. It has changed a bit. 62% say property damage, though it was a larger majority in the 5 o'clock hour. 16% now say climate change, 12% emergency response, and 10% infrastructure upgrades. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that on coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. We'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 11. New in Dagsboro, a fire destroys this home. According to the Delaware State Fire Marshal, it happened around 2 a.m. on 9-Foot Road on Sunday. Crews found smoke and flames coming from the house when they arrived. The fire marshal says the fire was accidental, caused by an electrical malfunction. Now, good news, nobody was home at the time and no one was hurt. New in Dewey Beach, the Planning and Zoning Commission will be holding a public hearing next month to amend an ordinance relating to smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. The town will be discussing an act to add requirements for these detectors in all types of bedrooms, hotels, or other types of sleeping accommodations in Dewey Beach. That's happening Friday, January 12th at 3 p.m. at the Dewey Beach Life Saving Station. Happening in Millsboro next month, a public hearing on a proposed subdivision. 214 homes are proposed for 69 acres in Millsboro. Jacklingo Asset Management is the applicant for that subdivision on Hickory Hill and Radish Road. A public hearing on the subdivision is scheduled for January 2nd. In traffic, drivers can expect lane closures on Route 113. That's in the area of Aero Safety Road in Georgetown. DelDOT says closures will begin Wednesday, December 20th between 9 and 3. Closures are required for pavement repair work. We have a lot more news to get to this evening. Students racing model cars at a previous Denrex Solar Sprint. How to register for next year's competitive race.
Nearly 5 inches of rain actually hit Prime Hook Beach, and I'll explain what that means, especially since this isn't even the highest amount in our area.
But first, bumps in the road for the Lewis Line. Why City Council says the busing system has an unclear future. That story when we're back in just 60 seconds.
Is your home ready for the holidays? It's not too late. Shop now, take your purchase with you, and get an extra 20% off. This triple reclining sofa is now only $899.95. Get to Johnny Janosic now.
Give the gift of safety this holiday season with Coastal Bath's annual holiday extravaganza. Enjoy your new safe and accessible bathroom in just one day. As the exclusive Bath Planet dealer on Delmarva, we offer a Good Housekeeping Seal 2-year money-back guarantee. Select from modern, mold-resistant designs with the lifetime warranty. During this special event, receive a bench, 2 grab bars, and a handheld shower head with the docking station for free. Plus, no payments, no interest until 2025. Call Coastal Bath today and keep your loved ones safe this holiday season.
Is your home ready for the holidays? It's not too late. Shop now, take your purchase with you, and get an extra 20% off. This queen panel bedroom set is now only $988.95. Get to Johnny Janosic now.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
If you've ever noticed the Lewis line being empty, you're not alone. Now, City Council is asking if keeping that bus system in its current state is even worth it. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reiner joins us in the newsroom. Charles, some people in Lewis say they don't want to see it go away.
Maddie, according to Lewis's Deputy Mayor Khalil Saliba, the bus line is currently facing 3 different options. Either staying the way it is, maybe being modified a bit, or simply going away altogether. Now, the Lewis line was scheduled for a 3-year pilot program just to test things out and see how everything would work. This upcoming summer is that 3rd year. Now, according to Saliba and Councilwoman Carolyn Jones, the project aims to ease traffic and fix parking problems around downtown Lewis. But Saliba says the project is costing the city over $100,000. However, both people on the city council say public transit is meant to be a service, not to make money. One business owner says a lack of awareness for the program may be the cause for a lack of riders.
I think the biggest thing is just educating the people that are coming here on vacation, you know, through the rentals, through social media, through the tourism agencies and everything of the services that we have available here.
According to Saliba, some of the possible changes for the Lewis line include maybe getting rid of some of the less popular stops or having a direct pickup where you would literally call the bus and it would pick you up wherever you are, kind of like an Uber or a Lyft. However, he did say that nothing has been finalized at this time. Back to you at the desk.
Lewis woke up to some serious rainy reality for today, over 5 inches of rain, and we'll sort out the details for you with an overall view of the rainfall coming up in a moment.
This year, share all the love you have during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event going on now through January 2nd. With every Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru will donate $250 to one of these 5 charities and an additional $50 when you choose your hometown charity, plus $5 for every routine service performed. Make the most of the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event and start changing lives in your community together with Gateway Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It hardly ever snows at our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. But is ready for the next storm? If it's time for a new roof, call Hershey Exteriors. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, we offer the industry's best warranty. Our roofs come with a Golden Pledge 50-year warranty on materials and a 25-year workmanship warranty that is backed by GAF. Call Hershey Exteriors, your trusted roofing pros, and get 0% financing for 12 months because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
At Precision Exteriors, we use quality materials with excellent craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service.
We do roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, and we offer financing, no interest and no payments for 18 months. See all of our 5-star reviews.
Treated us fairly on price, did quality work, and I would go and do stuff again. We even recommend them to our parents. They were very happy as well.
Measure twice, cut once, and always do it with precision. Precision Exteriors.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz with a safe driving tip for you. Multitasking is a good thing, right? You get more done in less time. But as a personal injury attorney, I think multitasking is a great risk to your health and safety. When you're behind the wheel, don't do anything in addition to driving your car because you will risk getting in an accident. Focus on the road ahead, keep yourself and others safe, and if you have been injured in an accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
This weekend was a prime example as to why our weather app is so crucial for your safety and being aware of what's going on around you. So go ahead, take out the time to scan the QR code right here so that you can have access to our free, absolutely free app so you can monitor what's going on around you, whether you're here or traveling. Take a look at some of these impactful numbers from this nor'easter that hit us so hard yesterday. Over 4 inches of rain in Slaughter Beach, Prime Hook Beach just shy of 5 inches. And we had just over 5 inches of rain officially in Lewis with widespread flooding there. Just over 3.5 inches of rain in Rehoboth Beach, just shy of 3.5 inches of rain, for example, at the Indian River Inlet. And then down towards Bethany Beach, we had 3 1/3 inches of rain that fell there. We've been monitoring a lot of the warnings and watches in the area, and they've been jumbled a little bit, but now starting to catch up. Flood advisory is in effect for our immediate area. We're concerned about high surf advisory for all of Worcester, basically Ocean City, West Ocean City, and really along the area there. We have a gale wind warning that's now been updated to be extended going into this evening at 9 o'clock. So we're looking out for 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts there. And then we're concerned about flooding throughout a good portion of the inland areas. Let's talk about the winds. We had a 48-mile-per-hour wind recorded during this nor'easter for us in Georgetown, a 41-mile-per-hour wind in Ocean City. But that's nothing compared to what happened in Jones Crossroads, where we had a 59-mile-per-hour wind gust. And you can see other areas, we were very active with the winds everywhere. Right now, the winds have calmed down for now. But according to our forecasting models, they're going to pick up momentum again out of the northwest by Tuesday afternoon. We're looking at 32-mile-per-hour winds, and it's going to get real cold, real quick, real abruptly for us. Take a look at some of the other rainfall totals that were just, when I mentioned earlier, would make your eyes pop open. Take a look at this. 5 and nearly 3/4 of an inch of rain in Delmar, over 5.5 inches in Stockley, over 5 inches in Harbison, Lewis, just shy of 5 inches in Prime Hook, for example. And that's not the only place. Take a look, for example, over 4.5 inches in Jones Crossroads, 4 3/4 in Dagsboro, Laurel, just shy of 4.5 inches. And we have more than 4 inches in areas like Seaford, Ellendale, and Greenwood. Damage in Millsboro, a tree and power lines near Cary Camp Road. Also, we had a report of the Thompson Branch Bridge near Trap Pond in Sussex County due to a large fallen limb there. And we had some problems for us actually in Hebron in that area as well. Now, keeping in mind that we're looking for continuous problems as far as the high surface concerned and the winds throughout the area. And we're looking for it to stay very windy with the gale wind warnings that are active for our immediate area. What we are expecting going into, let's say, the forecast time period, we're looking for sprinkles for Tuesday, and we're going to clear out going into Tuesday and Wednesday, preparing for much colder air to hit our area. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast.
Paul, thank you so much. For those who travel on the Woodland Ferry, get ready for some more closures. DelDOT says the ferry will be closed from December 21st to January 1st, and again from January 22nd to the 29th. The Indian River School District has announced special holiday hours for the Harry K. Foundation Food Pantry at the Howard T. Ennis School. Tomorrow, Tuesday, December 19th, the pantry will be available for students and families from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Also for Indian River School students, there will be a Delaware Food Bank mobile food pantry on site. That's the GW Carver tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Happening next month, there will be a free after-school cooking class for high school students with disabilities. Humanities Kitchen will be hosting virtual classes for students in Sussex and Kent counties from January 22nd to February 29th. The kitchen says the goal of the program is to provide students living in Delaware career exploration in the field of culinary arts. Along with learning how to cook, the classes will offer independent life skills training. Information on how to sign up for those classes can be found on Humanity Kitchen's website. Do you know a student who has an interest in building model cars? Well, DENREC is encouraging students to register for the 2024 Junior Solar Sprint. The sprint is a statewide competition for students grades 5 through 8 to build and race solar-powered model cars in a challenge of creativity, engineering, and speed that will take place April 18th in Dover. Interested participants must register by Friday, January 12th on DNREC's website. Well, as we inch closer to the end of December, New Year's is almost here. On Thursday, December 21st, the town of Ellendale will be hosting a Community Outreach Committee meeting to finalize preparations for their upcoming annual New Year's Day parade. The town says it will be held Monday, January 1st at noon on Main Street, and the meeting is slated for 6:30 p.m. at Town Hall. Speaking of holiday decorating, we love to see your homes. Take a look at your screen. We have this amazing home from Mina Erickson from Georgetown. First Christmas on the peninsula. Ho, ho, ho. Well, I love it. Thank you, Mina, for sharing. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse. And with the Holiday House, the holiday season, and the Bless Our Children campaign in full swing, already we've collected over $256,000 to help provide Christmas for children who might otherwise go without, but many children need our help, and here's a look at some people who are already doing that. One of my favorite parts of the Bless Our Children campaign is getting cards from viewers who are donating as well, making sure that our tree is full and every child has a present under their tree on Delmarva this Christmas season. This is a card from Albert Short from Ellendale. Thank you, Albert, for your card and your donation. We appreciate you.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. In the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles face the Seattle Seahawks tonight after already clinching a spot in the postseason for their third straight year, thanks to losses by the Falcons and Packers and a win by the 49ers last night. The Eagles come into tonight at first in the NFC East with a 10-3 record. Quarterback Jalen Hurts is questionable for tonight due to an illness and traveled to Seattle separately from the team, so backup Marcus Mariota may step in for Hurts. The Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith is also questionable. Smith is dealing with a 2-week groin injury and didn't play last week. Tonight, Drew Lock could start as the 6-7 Seahawks are desperate for a win as they sit at third in the NFC West. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. In our game of the night, a cross-conference clash in boys basketball. The 1-1 Middletown Cavaliers taking on the 3-1 James M. Bennett Clippers. The Cavs are coming off a loss to a top Virginia team, St. John's, and finished last year in the Delaware State semifinals. Their opponent, Bennett, is led by junior shooting guard Jace Hudson, who had a 31 points in the Clippers' 2-point win over Parkside last game. Check out this game live on DSN right now. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Once a place of ship creation and a major mode of transportation, the Broadkill River is now a major Sussex County waterway and the perfect place for recreation. Native Americans and European settlers used the Broadkill River to move supplies. As demand grew by the early 1800s, the Broadkill's banks became full of shipyards, many in Milton since it was at the highest point of navigation and near some forests. Now you're much more likely to see pontoon boats or kayaks on this 25-mile waterway running from Milton to Lewis. Its watershed supports local wildlife too, proving the Broadkill has always been a place of serenity and security, then and now.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
On November 1st, 2023, the State of Delaware Consumer Protection Unit implemented new regulations to reduce fraudulent practices by home improvement contractors in the first state. To protect you and your home, know the law. Always verify the contractor's professional licensing at contractorregistry.delaware.gov. Don't fall for just licensed and insured. Always get a detailed scope of work. And remember, bargain basement prices may lead to yard sale quality. Peace of mind, brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you, too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Discover your future with Sussex Tech Adult Education. We offer registered apprenticeship and health profession programs and much more, which will prepare you for everything you need to succeed in your new career, providing hands-on experience with classes taught by professionals from every industry. Sussex Tech will assist our graduates in finding their new career opportunity. To learn more about how you can earn your professional credentials that can change your life, check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online.
Your future is waiting for you at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 16th through December 31st. Get tickets at oceocean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
We have a newly issued flood warning in effect for portions of Sussex County that includes Seaford, Laurel, Lowes Crossroads, Bacon's, Bryan's Store, and just to the west of Georgetown. Now, we're still dealing with the high surf advisory that's active, as well as the gale wind warnings and the small craft advisory along the coast. Please keep that in mind. We look for very gusty winds that will continue to be problematic for us. Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. A couple of sprinkles for us early Tuesday morning, but after that, we should be done with the rain for a long period of time, going into Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and as well as the beginning of Kwanzaa. First day of Kwanzaa, by the way, looks like it's going to be a rainy situation going to all of next week.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. NBC Nightly News is happening now, and we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.